True love is not loving someone to the detriment of yourself, as displayed by abused spouses or parents. Such love is not from within, it is fear-based. You once believed you would not be loved unless you dedicated yourself to the well-being of others. Love has now shifted into a knowingness that you must care for yourself as well as others, often displayed with a more standoffish approach. A bit like expecting your child to choose their toys no matter how long it takes. You no longer feel the need to protect or save someone from themselves. Not do you feel the need to listen to their latest fear or ailment once you know intuitively that neither is appropriate for the situation. Your self-love awakening has created many unexpected shifts within your being, not least of which is your need to care for yourself before others. You should all feel very good about where you are right now as a collective, and individually, we know you are far too hard on yourselves. We know that the answer to many of our problems is just to forgive yourselves, to let go of guilt and shame, and to move forward from whatever you've been feeling bad about. That is the only way you can build the new world you want to experience. It begins with you letting go of all that you've been experiencing that you don't feel very good about, including your own thoughts, words, and actions. Instead, look for the positive. You will talk about wanting a news network that is dedicated to positive things that are happening in the world, but you don't need someone else to create that. You can be that. You can spread the good news. You can look for the good news. You can focus on the good news in your lives and in the lives of the human collective. This is a wonderful time to begin doing that, because you've come so far and because there is much for you to feel about good. And you will feel good about where you are if you change the way you are looking at your lives and at the world at large. And for our part, within our ships, we have been preparing, as you have heard before, preparing for the great changeover that is coming to this planet. I speak of the event, yes, but I speak also of those, but you might call many events to occur beforehand. And one of those is the beginning of disclosure of our ships. So in the very near future, weeks, perhaps months, you will begin to see more and more of our ships. More of what you would call large sightings. Many across the planet will view the spectacle that can be shown to them from our ships. More on that cannot be given at this point, but just enough now to give you an inkling of what is about to occur. You have been waiting a long time, preparing yourselves for a long time, and I speak now beyond this life. But many lives previous to this, you have been preparing your various bodies. Not your physical body, but your astral, your etheric, your mental, causal bodies to prepare for this very changeover that is coming, where energies within your body are increasing. And the energies all around you are increasing as well, and you are able more and more and more to be able to handle these energies, withstand these energies. It is time. It is the time that you've been waiting for, looking for, the time where all shall be revealed. It is coming, and it is very short now. Watch. As you are upgrading everything, the old energy that no longer serves you is returned to the light to be recreated in the pure love that is the truth of you. you are going to see big shifts. Remember, you are navigating through creation as everything is upgrading. The more you can slow down and breathe, align with pure love, feel the light within you, and allow it without resistance, without reaction, without judgment. This really big upgrade that's happening will be even more harmonious and joyful and effortless than all the other upgrades you've been through, because you've been through many. It's an upgrade. Everything is upgrading. Everything is going a new level in your life. You have some attachments. You have some expectations. You have some entanglements. Don't judge them. Don't push against them. Don't go into the resistance. Perceive yourself into the new. Perceive yourself into infinite love. Perceive yourself into infinite abundance. Perceive yourself into infinite well-being. Because as you perceive as the Creator perceives, you will create as the powerful Creator that you are. If you are feeling any resistance about these upgrades, it is only because you are imposing a belief in a separation or slowing your vibration through your entanglement. There is no judgment, of course, from our side ever, but breathe yourself back into the moment, back into your heart, back into your power. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to do it. Don't try to push it and force it. Anything that you want to create already exists. It is about perceiving yourself into the reality of it and then allowing that reality to move through you. But you weren't able to perceive that something better, and now you are going to begin perceiving that something even better because you've expanded beyond. Such labels no longer apply, not because society has shifted that dramatically, but because you have. What you once acted upon based on expectations of yourself, and more importantly, society, you are now saying no, not in a loud voice, but with a quiet self-love voice that others do not always understand. For what is their caretaker, their cleaner-upper, their emotional servant? You have not become so cold you refuse to help others, but instead, your help is now based on your inner feelings instead of social shoulds. So some family and friends will be horrified by your words and actions, for they seem so anti-social, so not what society indicates you should do. In 3D, you were never trained to experience or express self-love. Instead, your emphasis was caretaking others despite what you needed or wanted. Sacrifice was rewarded. Self-love was labeled anti-social. Those people who practiced self-love before this transition were labeled mean, ungrateful, selfish, and outside society. Look around you and see the new ideas emerging as they overcome the old ways of doing things. Many of the changes will come as soon as you are considered to be ready for them. You simply cannot hold back progress, although many with invested interests in what already exists will try to avoid the changes if they can. Man has always been adventurous and inventive, and is forever looking for improvements to what already exists. When we consider you are ready to move on, you may have noticed that new ideas seems to come out simultaneously, and this by design. There is a way of ensuring that new opportunities are taken to introduce them that will ensure they are worked upon. So as you can see, new ideas are not conceived by chance but the design. When are you going to realize that there has always been a plan for man's evolution, and although the Dark Ones have a free hand to try and prevent progress, it will be to no avail. Of course, they can cause delays and do so, and will go to an extreme to be successful, as with the collapse of the towers. Yet, progress still takes place, and with help from us, we know the outcome will achieve success. We oversee your activities, and through the powers we are given, can ensure that your aims are fulfilled. Some things that seemingly happen by chance are of no consequence, yet the majority are a part of the greater plan for man. It must seem odd to you that you enjoy free will, yet much in the way of your experiences is planned for your advancement. Each life of yours is arranged to enable opportunities to come your way that will help your evolution, as what would be the point if there was no real purpose to your experiences? All is revealed between lives when you go back to the higher dimensions for a live review.